Hi YouTube, Tim Eckert here. In this video we're going to take Emacs and have a basic setup with just Elisp. So to do that we'll first create a file that is your .emacs file, and we're going to do that in the home directory. So I'm going to go Control-X, Control-F for find file and then type in .emacs. Okay? And now the first thing I like to do is maximize the screen on startup. And I like to have little comments in my .emacs file. And to make a comment in Elisp, I just do 2 semicolons and then make the comment. So let's maximize the screen on startup. And let me make this font a little bit larger for you. Okay. So what we're going to do that is we're going to type add-to-list, then a space, an apostrophe, default frame a list. So this is going to add a parameter, and then we'll do an apostrophe and then a parentheses, and we'll do the parameter that we're adding is full screen, and we're going to do a space, a dot, and then maximized. Okay, and then we're going to close out both parentheses. I'm going to save this with Control-X, Control-S, and then close it with Control-X, Control-C, and we'll reopen it with the maximized screen. Okay, so now Emacs opens maximized. So let's now find our file with Control-X, Control-F. We'll do our .emacs file and open that back up. And I'm going to do Control-X and then Control+ to increase the font size for you. And the next thing that I want to do is to disable the menu bar, the scroll bar, and the toolbar. Okay, so to disable the menu bar, you just type in parentheses menu-bar-mode, a space, and then -1. To disable the scroll bar, you type in parentheses scroll-bar-mode and a -1. To disable the toolbar, you type tool-bar-mode and a -1. And then let's save that. And let's restart. So we'll do Control-X, Control-C to quit and just check it out. See what happens. Oh, look at that. It's looking nicer already. So again, Control-X, Control-F to find your .emacs file. And Control-X, Control+ to get this a little larger for you so you can see it nice and well. And I also like to inhibit the startup screen, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to inhibit the startup screen. And to do that, I'm going to, inside parentheses, type setq, a space, inhibit dash startup dash screen, a space, and t. Okay, so that's going to get rid of that. Let's also set the font. Now you have to have this font installed, but what I'm going to do is add to list, an apostrophe, then default frame a list again, an apostrophe. We're adding the parameter font, and I'm going to do JetBrains Mono. Let's do size 18, make it nice and large for you, and close out both parentheses. Let's do Control-X, Control-S, and Control-X, Control-C, and then restart it. Now you may be wondering why I'm not just evaling the buffer as I do this. Sometimes it works better just to restart on certain ones of these. I'm going to do Control-X, Control-F, and then find my .emacs file again. And now we'll go down to the bottom of the file here. And let's set a theme. So what I'm going to do is now set the theme. And I'm going to use one of the default themes. So inside parentheses, I'm going to say load theme, and then a space and an apostrophe, and then wombat T. Okay. I'll do Control-X, Control-C, or Control-X, Control-S to save, then Alt-X or Meta-X, and let's eval the buffer, and we get the theme change. Okay, a lot of times when you change the font stuff, it sometimes works better just to restart it, I've found anyways. We also want to, let's add line numbers, and I'm going to add relative line numbers. So to do that, I'll add 2 lines of Elisp code. So I'll have global display line numbers mode, and then below that I'll do setq display line numbers type and an apostrophe and then relative. Okay. Control X, Control S to save, Alt X, let's eval the buffer. Okay. And now we've got we don't have our relative line. So let's restart this. So Control X, Control C, and let's restart. Okay, and now we have our relative lines. So that's an example of when sometimes you just have to restart. So let's find our .emacs file, go to the bottom here, and see, you'll see the relative line numbers now. I also like to display time mode just in the status bar, just to keep track. So to display time mode, what I'm going to do is inside parentheses, we'll type display time mode 1. Okay, that's simple as that. Control X, Control S, Alt X, eval the buffer, and we get our time 8:30 a.m. at the time I'm recording this. Okay. Also, what I like to do is I like to export to HTML5 in org mode. So to do that, I'll do set q org-html-doc type and then in quotes HTML5. Okay. And then I also like to change Control Z to undo. So to do that, I'll do inside parentheses global set key and then KBD inside parentheses uppercase CZ-Z, close this parentheses, then I have a hashtag apostrophe undo. Okay, let's save that. I like to save as I go. Last thing I like to do is add a package repository. So let's add Melpa as a package repository. Okay, so to do that, we'll type require and then package. And then we'll type add to list. And we'll do package archives. And then an apostrophe, a parentheses, and we're adding, a parameter. So we have the parameter and the value. So we have Melpa, and then a period, a space, a period, and then https://melpa.org/packages/ close out this apostrophe, close out the parentheses, space a T, close out that parentheses. Okay, so let's save all this stuff. We'll do Control X, Control C to quit, and then restart. And restart's all fine and fast. No error messages, and we are good to go with a good, nice base setup of Emacs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.